Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 8x8 with your boy Clash, learning and improving at chess, one move at a time. I'm currently rated around 1200, and my goal with this channel is to connect with more chess folks, help y'all learn and improve your skills, and most importantly, I want to share my journey as I make my way to become a titled player. Today we're diving right into Puzzle Rush. Will I crush it? Will I get to my goal? Stick around to see how far I can push my skills. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more epic chess content to come, and let's jump right into it. What's going on, guys? So we're gonna start with a Puzzle Rush, and let's see how far we can go. I want to get to hopefully we can get to maybe 2300. So this is a basic king and pawn endgame. Their rook is hanging, and we just promote to a queen. Very basic to start off. Their queen is hanging, which is not good for them. Certainly not good. Back rank mate on e8, looks like it. Another back rank mate on d8 this time. That looks like it. Our pawn is covering the b7 square, which is the only escape square for the king. So if I go rook f8 check, that should seal the deal. I see capture here, even though my rook is hanging. We just look at the bigger threat, which is check, and that's actually mate because the king cannot run away anywhere. Early on in the puzzle rushes, you really don't have to think much. It's usually one movers. It's usually when you get to maybe puzzle 2025, that's when you have to start thinking. Cannot capture because it's double attack, but I think if I can, no, I was thinking if I can go maybe queen f6, but then I would just get captured. I do see this though. I'm double attacking the f7 pawn, which does allow me to check. Very fair and simple so far, nothing complicated. I have this check, which mates the king because the king cannot come onto the d file because my queen is here. So this in fact is mate. This is mate. I mean, you can capture here, but why go for that when you can end the game by mating on g2? Another check here forces the king onto f2, and then I can just capture the rook. Let's see here. What do we have here? Very simple, should be a very simple move. I see if I play this, I trap the bishop. I do see this check though. Yes, I think that check is better because g3 and g1 are being protected by my knight, which are the only escape squares for the king. Much better. See this check mate. The king can no longer come over there. These squares are cut off, so I think just a simple check wins me the game, right? I think this check also works. Well, actually I can't check, or else that check also works. I could capture here, I see that, but if I check here on e7, forces the king back, and I think I could just back rank mate him, sack my queen. I have another rook. Okay, I want to say, so I see this check on c8, forcing the king to these two squares. Okay, didn't even need to solve the rest of it. All right, if I capture knight to g6, and if they capture back, I take the rook. Is that it? Do I have anything better in this position? It doesn't look like it, because if I capture, then in fact they'll capture my queen. You have to see this queen sack here, because once they capture back, they will get staircase mated. This check, no, we lose there. But this check on f7 instead is the way to go. Nice. Okay. Very simple, nothing sus so far. All dandy. So king is in check. Do we go here? But then queen to h1. It's not good. If I go here, pawn, then I get captured on f2. No, I don't, because my queen is protecting. What are the drawbacks of me going pawn to f4? Then I think the drawback is after rook captures, queen captures, I am in check again. So it's not that. I think it is. Oh my god, I'm overlooking everything. It's just as simple that I can capture back, and his rook is pinned to his king, so he cannot capture me, and I have him in check. And eventually that's gonna lead to mate. Wow. Welcome to the 1100 vlog. I think I have this simple back rank mate on b8, not d8, because my queen will get captured. I see this checkmate threat. Is that mate though? Yeah, right. The king cannot escape, and I don't get captured. Check on f6 forces the king to h5, and then I think I have g4 next, right? Nice. What are we looking at here? I think I see rook c8, but I don't think it's rook c8. Oh yeah, it is rook c8, because then their king is forced to h7, and then I have bishop c2. Oof. Give me that. Give me them cookies. I see this capture and a queen sack maybe to capture. Oh my god, am I sacking my queen to capture 3 of their pieces? Because I think I'll get one piece here, The second piece here after that pawn captures, and then once their king moves out the way, I also capture the other rook. One queen sack for 3 pieces. I think that's good. 9 points of material versus 5 plus 5 plus 3. That's, if I add that up correctly, I'm 1100, but I think I can do my math. That's 13 points versus my 9. I think I'm winning. Queen sack is always scary though. Yes, yes, yes. That was it. Nice. Where are we at now? Hey, give me something a little more challenging. I see this capture on f7 forces the king to g4, right? Because my bishop is watching h4. Followed up with f3 because my queen is going to be protecting. I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay. Yep. I got this. The greatest 1300 to ever live. Doom. Queen captures on d5 with check on king leads to the trade of queens. But then, do I have something? Do I have something else after that? Is the argument that I can sneak back into e7? Because queen captures, rook captures, sneak back into e7. Is that it? No, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. Okay, we are at 1400 rated and puzzle 25. So I think this is where it starts to get a little tactical. Let's think. We're not 1300s. We're not 1100s. We are GMs. Man, checks, captures, and attacks. When you are in trouble, always checks, captures, and attacks. All right. What checks do I have? I have this check, but then we saw this that I get traded, and then I think that leads to nothing. Because I mean, even if I sneak into e7, what happens? You know, this bishop is defended by his rook, so I'm not really attacking. Can't really infiltrate. So let's look for. I mean, I have this check, which forces the king up here. I mean, he'll just oh my god. With this check, the king, I mean, he captures and then I capture his queen. Once he steps up, if he steps up here, then I capture. No, in fact, I think if he steps up here, then I just take his, then I take his queen. Oh yeah, and then once he captures with his rook, then I take his other rook. So he cannot step up. Oh my god, I'm winning his queen or I'm winning his rook. That's what the puzzle is. We are GMs. What did I say the move was? Oh yeah. We're solving almost 1500 and no strikes. Let's keep it rolling. So this is a rook and pawn endgame, and you have to realize that their king is out of the picture. Their king is not in the fight right now because one, we're shouldering them away by staying on c5, and I think if we simply just check and get rid of the rook, we can advance our pawn. And you have to know that this is a winning king and pawn endgame, and you cannot push over here. If you push over here, it's a draw because you allow the king to sneak into a8. So you have to shoulder the king away by playing b7 here. Winning king and pawn endgame, Stillman's endgame, hashtag. All right, puzzle 27, almost 1500 rated. What is the best move here? I think we can just simply, I think if I go c8, then what can he do? Well, he can check me. I think that's not good, right? Do I have to step away somewhere maybe? The only thing I'm wondering is what if I have to step away from this pawn and I get checked and then it gets captured? So is this to trade my, no, because if I were to trade my rook, then I would never be able to advance my b pawn. So I think the move here is in fact c8. Okay, I didn't have to play it out, but I'm sure I would have figured it out as a GM that I am. Let's keep it rolling. I see this check. This is the only check that I see in this position. And well, in fact, I don't think he has another move. Gets mated on the board. Wait, is that true? No, because he plays d4. And when I play on peasant, yes, he can play d4. D5. I can on peasant, and then he's in check, which forces him to move his knight on peasant. Capture. Piece of cake, light work. We do this every day. What's next? I see. I was gonna go over here. Oh my god. Puzzle 29. I immediately see this check, but then I saw that I can get captured over here. So that's no bueno. Okay, I have this check on b6, which forces the king to b8. Does that even force? Because he can just, I guess he could just pull his queen in the way. No, that's not good. So what do we have here? This check on b6 forces the king on here, or he has to put his queen out. And at that point, I can just put my rook to a8. I think that works, right? So I think it's check on b6 first. Okay, and if they go king right now, what is the move? Is it king c8 allows me to play a8, check, they capture, check, and I think that's mate. So sack my rook, and then that's mate. Okay, fantastic. We're still good. We're still chilling. Puzzle 30, no strikes. I already see I have a discovered attack. If I move my bishop somewhere, it's a discovered attack. What is the most useful square? What is the most useful square for me? Is it even supposed to be about a discovered attack? I see they have mate in 1. We have to play something immediate to get the win, or else we are, I don't know how to say lightly, screwed. Let's play something immediate for the win. A discovery attack, perhaps, such as this. I think if we capture on okay, so if we capture on d3, it forces the king to d2, and at that point I can go e2 check, forces the king further, and now I just don't have a good feeling about that. Forces the king to f2, to f1, and then I have check on e2, forces the king further into the corner onto g1. Oh, and then I have mate. Okay, so this discovery is the one we needed. We're good. We just have to calculate our moves, just work out all of our lines, and we are not going to make a mistake. So we see the king is cut off over here. The king is cut off. So I see this check, and the queen is not going to capture. So let's talk about this. Where can the king go? Once I check him, the king's only escape squares are these two. Not even this. Forces the king to... Okay, perfect. We force the king to g3, and then I think we can bring our queen to g1. But is it really that simple, though? I really think it is. Oh my god. As I was saying, is it really that simple? I messed up. Oh my god. This is why we have to take our time and evaluate every position, so we avoid blunders like that. We had the position and we somehow messed it up. Let's retry. So it's not knight to f4. So let's think about why is it not knight to f4. Let's try to figure that out. So if we go knight f4, the only thing I see is they can capture back. Queen captures, because that's the only move, right? Their queen captures, and once we capture back with our pawn, they have to check. I think they just have too many pawns, right? They have too many pawns, and one queen versus a rook and a knight, it would be enough. But with so many pawns on the board, and with black having no pawns, really it's going to be difficult for black to hold. I think that's the reason why knight f4 doesn't work. I think the right move is, that leaves knight h4, right? Because knight to f4, it's the same thing. The king is forced up here. Yeah, and then now we can just check on f3. But you know, that's our 1100, and this game is so difficult. But let's keep going. We only have one strike, so that's not that bad. Let's just keep rolling. So let's evaluate this position, right? Is our king in any immediate danger? Our king is not in any immediate danger. Let's look for checks, captures, and attacks. I see this check, and the only escape square for the king is going to be cut off once we check on e3. But we did just blunder, so let's just think about this one more time. I didn't see anything else, so I just went ahead and played it. What do we see here? King is not in any immediate danger. Checks, captures, and attacks. So let's see. I see this check, but then we just get captured, right? And then once we capture back with our knight, their other rock takes us, and then it's a losing game for us. So what is the position here? Perhaps I can put my knight to f3 and start to gobble up these pawns, because I think if he tries to defend, then I have mate. So I think this is the move. I play f3, and then he cannot guard these pawns. He has to guard against the mate. So he has to do something. And I don't know what that something is, what the response is, but this looks very forcing to me. So I'm gonna play it. And okay, that was right. That was the right move. Don't even have to worry about what's next. Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. So the first thing I see in this position is that if I take their knight and they capture back with the queen, I can capture back and we ruin their pawn structure. But are we gonna really risk 2 pieces just for pawn structure? And then I guess we could win that next, right? So okay, but let's think about this. Is our king in any immediate danger? I don't see any immediate threats. No game-ending moves. So let's look for checks, captures, and attacks. I see a check here, but then we just get captured, so that doesn't work. Check here, but we just get captured. That doesn't work. This is the only thing that I can think of. I don't see any more checks. What about captures? I see this capture, but then their queen can capture our pawn on g4, simultaneously attacking our pawn. How would be... I think if we get rid of their queen first, then we would be able to capture this pawn, right? If we force these trades like we were talking about, we ruin their pawn structure and we capture this pawn. So I think this is the move here. Oh my god, and of course it's not. Oh my god. Why is it not? Okay, let's go and take a look at that position, and let's try to figure out why it's not. bishop captures on c6. Okay, so let's actually try to figure out what the best move here is. We looked at this earlier and we saw that their queen comes to g4, and even though we could play knight to g6, we get captured on the next turn. I don't know what we're achieving there, so I don't think that's the move. Okay, let's think like GMs here. One possible move that I see is it knight captures e5. Knight captures e5. That looks like something, right? Because then I'm hitting their queen as well, and if they capture back with their knight, then they lose their queen. So I don't think they will capture back with knight. If this, then capturing back with queen, and then I can capture on c6, pinning their queen to their king, and on the next move I'm just gonna capture here with check, and then I'm winning their rook. So that is the sequence, yes. But you know, it just takes us one more effort than needed. Okay, on to puzzle 33. I see this check on a5. That puts the king in a coffin, is that right? The king is forced. Yeah, I guess it's defenseless, because what if I check here, and no matter, well, he can't move his knight, so he has to go rook, and then I'll just capture his rook. Very simple, but the knight was pinned to his king. That was not that difficult. I can already see that my queen and my rook are lining up, so if I somehow, maybe if I fork him here, he will get scared. Well, I guess he will be forced to lose a piece. It doesn't matter. I think I can just move out. Do I go to one of these squares? Oh my god. For the third strike. All or nothing, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing here? We are in check, and I think the best move here is for me to go h7, because if I go to any of these squares, then I get hit with another check. And now, do I capture with a pawn or do I capture with a king? It has to be a pawn capture, right? If I capture with my king, then I don't get hit with anything. So in fact, I think it is a pawn capture. But at the same time, I'm thinking it's not a pawn capture, because if I capture with my king, then he can infiltrate with his rook, and all of a sudden it's looking a little iffy. But if I capture with my pawn, I'm a little safe. I feel like I have a little house there, and nothing can really get to me. So I feel like it's pawn captures here. I hate chess. Let's actually play that depressing puzzle again and try to figure out what we did wrong. So we know we started with bishop d2. We come in here with check h7. Is it king captures? It's not king captures either. So, wow. Oh, I don't have to capture. I capture his queen. Wow. I deserve to be 1100. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. And that's all for me today, folks. Puzzle Rush ended at puzzle 34 with a rating of 1960. Not too shabby, but I think I could have done better. You know, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to 8x8 so you can stay up to date for the latest content. I've got some exciting plans, like diving into some endgame studies I want to look at. I want to showcase some gameplay. For those of you who know Gotham Chess, I'm sure you know about the chessly.com platform. So we're going to use that, and we're going to be grinding our way up to 1500 elo with some game analysis and some footage of my live games. Of course, more tactics and puzzles. So stay tuned, stick around. But this channel isn't just about me, you know, it's about us improving. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, next, what chess content would help you grow as a player from an 1100s perspective. Because I'd love to hear your ideas and make the channel a community where we all level up our game. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Clash out.